Good evening. Good evening to the coaches. Good evening to the players. Good evening to the speakers, to the actors and actresses, and to the parents, and to the community far and wide that is watching with us here tonight. Allow me to set the scene. Consider it's the fourth quarter of a basketball game, and our team is down by 2. You have the ball with seconds to go at the three-point line. Consider that you're the batter, bases loaded, final inning, down by 1. Consider that you're down 15-14 in a Game 5 volleyball match. Pretend that you're 2 steps behind the leading runner. In all of these scenarios, you are down, but not out. You are 1 second away from victory or 1 second away from defeat. Now consider where you are right now. COVID-19 has changed our game plans. It has challenged students and schools in ways that we could have never imagined and that we've never experienced before. A season may be lost, but time isn't. It is through athletics that we have learned to resolve, and our resolve is stronger. We may feel as though we've been dealt a punch that has been unfair, but it's through athletics and through activities that we learn to stand tall. We may feel like this situation is beyond our control, but it is through athletics and activities that we learn that we always have a decision to make. And if we make them together as a team, we can emerge victorious. Tonight, if you are feeling down, know that you are not out. You are not the victim. Believing that you are a victim of unfortunate circumstances allows for no resolve. You will only move through your life wondering why this happened to you. Instead, I urge you all to play the part of the victor, the ones who made the decision that your mission is bigger than a virus, that your commitment to self-improvement cannot be deterred by social distancing, that you have sacrificed a season perhaps, but it's for the betterment of the world. You see, in this life, allow me to borrow the words of author Zig Ziglar, it is your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. For those that didn't lose their athletic season or were able to participate in their favorite activities, we as a school community witnessed a commitment to this throughout the year. It is true that sometimes we may have gone into competition, not the strongest team, not always the most talented, we weren't always expected to win, but we played like it, we prepared like it, and then we had the results that shined. Through this experience, I urge all of you to remember who you are at your very core, who you are and what you stand for. Do not allow the circumstances around us to cause you to forget this. You are never out until you give up. And while you may have been tempted to do just that over the last couple of weeks, when we found out first that we wouldn't be in school for some time, and then again, and we learned it would be longer, and then once again, we found out that we wouldn't be able to return this academic year. Remember that sportsmanship is what brings us to celebrate competition the most. And I don't just mean sportsmanship for your fellow teammates. If you see someone down, anyone that's feeling down, help them up, pick them up, dust them off and say, you've got this. And if you're down, extend your hand to someone and someone will be there to pick you up. I know this and so do you too. As Marquette students, faith over fear. Psalm 56 says, "In God I trust, I will not be afraid. What can man do to me?" So be a light, be hopeful, be a victor. And let us pray together. I would like to invite Father Dennis Miller to lead us all in this evening's prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us pray. God of light and love, we give you thanks for these students who are being recognized tonight for their accomplishments in the activities at Marquette. We are keenly aware that many more awards could be awarded if it weren't for the quarantine. And we are also aware how hard it has been on our students, faculty, and staff to be separated from each other because of this illness. Still, we know that you are constantly at work, even in the worst of times, showing us your love and inviting us to love one another. We are inspired by healthcare workers who selflessly care for the sick. We look to the necessary employees who keep us fed and safe. And we look for the many kindnesses people show in small ways. In these and many other ways, we see your Holy Spirit continuing to be active in our world and in our lives. We ask that you bless each of us, especially the award recipients, and keep us focused on what really matters in this world. Help us to serve each other with the hands and heart and mind of Christ. We ask all of this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Good evening, and welcome to the 2020 Marquette Activities Awards ceremony. My name is Isaac Storm, and I am your Activities Director and your host for tonight. I would like to thank the doctors, nurses, first responders, public safety officers, and essential workers for protecting and serving us during this time of the pandemic. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. I am saddened that I cannot see our students and families in person tonight, but we want to honor them and their accomplishments nonetheless. Although we live in not so nice times right now, I want to remind you of some thrilling moments from this year. Do you remember the excitement of the dance team as they learned of their fourth place finish at state? Do you remember the roar of the crowd as a cold-blooded freshman, Elise Kilberg, hit a 3 at the buzzer to end the half of the girls' basketball regional game? Do you remember the crack of the bat when Asa Berthel sent the ball over the fence for a grand slam in a district baseball win against a conference opponent? These moments are forever in the Marquette history books, and tonight we recognize their greatness and every accomplishment of our student athletes. To start our program, I invite Mrs. Carol Feller to come forward to announce the Fine Arts Awards.
Good evening. I'm here this evening for the Activities Awards as we were not able to have our concert and therefore our Fine Arts Awards on April 29th. So, to start out with, the Speech Awards. It was another successful year for Marquette's speech, although Mother Nature canceled our large group conference, and then COVID-19 canceled our individual state. Cancellations are always disappointing, but I have always been so pleased to be working with these students who work so hard to improve their talents and gifts. This year, there were 11 students in large group and 8 in individual. This year, our ensembles covered the areas of high school girls coming of age, sisters plotting against their mother with a twist, and finding out why 8 times 4 equals China. My senior improv group seemed to have a great time at practices and at competition. Our individual topics included prose pieces that dealt with emotional release and looking for the right swimsuit. This year, our acting pieces dealt with sneaking out, Red Riding Hood from the wolf's viewpoint, and how social media can affect teens' emotions. The solo musical theater, there were 2, one was a classic from The Music Man, the other was about looking out a window. There was an after-dinner speech about being messy and storytelling about a dancing giraffe. I will combine the large and individual awards as many of the participants were in both. Our lone freshman this year was Ella Tracy. She was in large group ensemble 8 times 4 equals China, which received a 1 at district, a 2 at state. Her individual acting piece was about sneaking out, two at conference, two at district. The sophomores were Holly Beecham, large group ensemble 8 times 4 equals China, District 1, State 2, individual acting, District 1. Allison Kettman, large group ensemble 8 times 4 equals China, District 1, State 2. Kaylee Koos, large group ensemble 8 times 4 equals China, District 1, State 2, individual prose, District 1. Sophie Long, large group ensemble 8 times 4 equals China, District 1, State 2, individual acting, Conference 1, District 2. Juniors, Hannah Litterer, large group ensemble, Not My Cup of Tea, District 1, State overall 2. Individual, solo musical theater, Conference 2, District 1. Molly Minster, large group ensemble, Not My Cup of Tea, District 1, State overall 2. Individual prose, Conference 1, District 1. Molly also took After Dinner, an individual, which got a 1 at conference and a 1 at district. Mara Tracy, large group ensemble, Not My Cup of Tea, District 1, State overall 2. And she took individual storytelling to Conference 1, District 1. Seniors were Spencer Hoxmeyer, large group improvisation, District 2. Catherine Heimbuck, large group improvisation, District 2. Large group ensemble, The Pink Plays, District 1, State overall 1. Hallie Kilberg, large group ensemble, The Pink Plays, District 1, State overall 1. And Victoria Mickle, individual solo musical theater, District 1. All of the individuals that got District 1 qualified for state. Our state was supposed to be March 14th and was canceled because of the COVID-19. I feel very confident that they would have done very, very well at state, and I hope that they look at taking some of those pieces, our underclassmen, their senior year as well. We had an extraordinary and an exciting year, and I want to thank the seniors for their leadership and encourage those that haven't tried speech to go out next year. Our next awards are for music. Mr. Cornelius was unable to be here, so I will read to you what he has sent along. Though our year was cut short and we lost several opportunities to showcase our talents, I'm very proud of the students who participated in music this year. Though we were few in number, we were great in talent and attitude. Of those two things, talent and attitude, I was most appreciative of the latter. Attitude is so important because when you're participating in this art form known as music, you're sharing a part of yourself. It's as if you took a page of your diary and published it on the internet for all to read. It's something private, personal, and you're putting it out there for all to see. The students I had in choir this year were always willing to try, willing to be challenged, and, for the most part, willing to say yes. I especially want to lift up 2 students who were with me all through the year, Kaylee Koos and Allison Kettman. These 2 young ladies have such a positive spirit and an attitude of willingness. Even when they knew we would have even less numbers second semester, when others might have jumped ship and changed their schedule, they stayed on. That vote of confidence, whether they knew it or not, meant the world to me. Despite not having all the opportunities we should have had to earn points toward lettering, these 2 ladies have earned letters in choir for the 2019-2020 school year. I also want to thank the other students who participated in music: Sophie Long, Josie Tyson, Matt Brinker, and Ethan DeSoto, first semester, and Ella Tracy, second semester. Each of you added a very important voice to our ensemble, and it is much appreciated. Finally, I would like to challenge students who aren't graduating to consider taking part in music next year. Add your voice to our ensemble and represent Marquette in a truly unique and artful way. Remember, when the world stopped working in 2020, when so much that we often cling to went away, when there were no sports to play or to watch, when restaurants and movie theaters closed, when stores closed, when everything grinded to a halt, people around the world turned to music. I look forward to working with students again next year, and thank you all for supporting music at Marquette. Each year, students who participate in the fine arts earn points for every event they are in. In speech, every contest is worth so many points, as are parts in plays, musicals, and working stage crew. In music, points are earned for piano and vocal contests, concerts, as well as honor choirs. As students accumulate points and reach higher and higher levels of performance achievement, they earn letters and then pins and certificates to acknowledge their contributions to the fine arts programs at Marquette. Each level is awarded only once. For example, if a student earned a level 1 last year and his or her points are still within that interval, a level 1 is not awarded this year. At this time, I will recognize each student who has achieved beginning or new levels in the performing arts this year. Level 1, earning at least 120 points. Freshman, Ella Tracy. Seniors, Nicholas Hager, Spencer Hoxmeyer, Victoria Mickle, and Miranda Peters. Level 2, earning at least 240 points. Junior, Hannah Litterer. Level 3, earning at least 360 points. Southmore's Allison Kettman, Sophie Long. Junior, Mara Tracy. Level 4, earning at least 480 points. Southmore, Kaylee Coos. Junior, Molly Minster, and Senior, Catherine Heimbuck. Every year, the outstanding speech and drama students are also recognized for their participation and work during their 4 years at Marquette. This award is based on the points they have earned in either drama or speech. The outstanding speech student for 2020 has been involved since freshman year. She has taken poetry that she has written and exposed herself. She has been a part of ensembles and was the first girl to take part in improvisation. She always worked hard and really worked on doing the best she could. It is a pleasure for me to announce that Catherine Heimbuck is the outstanding speech student for Marquette in the year 2020. I wish you were here. I'd give you a big hug, Catherine. Outstanding drama student for 2020 has been involved in Marquette plays and musicals since her freshman year. She has appeared in Almost Maine as Jeanette and Laura in The Glass Menagerie. Who can forget her Chip in Beauty and the Beast? And she was the narrator in Alice in Wonderland. Her musical appearances included a jitterbug in The Wizard of Oz, Mrs. Pugh of Annie, and the beautiful purple-haired wardrobe in Beauty and the Beast. She has worked hard on her parts, as well as willing to help others. Our outstanding drama student for 2020 is Hallie Kilberg. Not only has this year been unusual for so many reasons, but it is also my last year of coaching. I knew I'd get this way. After 17 years, I have resigned in order to spend more time with my new adventure, which begins in October. As many of you know, I'm getting married on Halloween. Hopefully it all works out. I hope that we'll be able to have it here in this beautiful church as well. I want to thank the students, parents, and administration for the support of our program through the years, and know it will continue. I have had a great time and have many, many warm memories. I revel in the success of our students, as I know all coaches do. I wish I could give all of you, all of my speech kids from all the years past, a great big hug, but that will have to wait until we are all together again. I'd like to thank all of you for a wonderful 17 years.
Thank you, Carol. We truly appreciate all you've done in your past 17 years and the 40-some years before that, too. Next, we will honor the dance team and coach Ms. Erin Dima. Coach Dima was unable to be here tonight, so she sent me a few words to read for you. After last season, the girls and I talked about our goals for the next season. We wanted to bring home a trophy. However, our season starts in May, and state is not until December, so we had a long way to go. Our first performance was at Heritage Days. A week before the performance, we were told we were the only team performing. We had 2 performances planned, which would take about 5 minutes of everyone's time, which is not really a performance. However, we were asked to get together a few more dances so it could be longer. The girls did not complain, but they took on the challenge, and we not only had our 2 group dances, but soloist and small group numbers. With the help from a few others in the community, we were able to put together a real dance showcase. At the end of the summer, some of the girls tried out for the All-Iowa Dance Team. Last year, we had 1 dancer make the team. However, this year, we had 3 dancers asked to be on the team or as an alternate. Grace Tath represented Marquette High School, performing at the halftime during the state basketball games with the All-Iowa Honor Dance Team. After the summer, we could focus on our main goal, bringing home a trophy. We took 3 dances to state: a pom routine, a hip-hop routine, and a novelty routine. After performing, we knew we did the best we could do, but it was up to the judges. Finally, they called our group for pom and Marquette Catholic for receiving a Division I rating. Next, the placements. They called Marquette Catholic for 4th place. We had received the trophy that we wanted. When I say we were excited, we were very excited. The rest of the awards, we could barely focus because of the excitement. We had also received a Division I rating on our novelty routine. Some of our other highlights included 3 soloists, Sophie Long, Macy Heim, and Grace Tath, receiving a Division I rating for their solos at state solos. We later found out that Sophie was a point off from a top 10 finish at state solos and receiving a trophy. With all our achievements, it brings me great sadness to say that I will no longer be continuing as Marquette Catholic's dance coach. I would like to thank Marquette Catholic for giving me this opportunity. I never knew I wanted a little sister until I got 11 more of them at once. Every one of these dancers has a special place in my heart. I know they will all achieve their dreams and accomplish so much. I'd like to end with a quote from Agnès de Mélie. To dance is to be out of yourself, larger, more beautiful, more powerful. This is power. It is glory on earth, and it is yours for the taking. Thank you. We'd like to thank Erin Dima for her years of service, and we wish her the best of luck in her future. The dance team this year received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa State Dance and Drill Team Association for maintaining a 3.5 to 4.0 GPA. They received a 4th place trophy in Class 1A POM routine at state dance. They received a Division I rating in Class 1A novelty at state dance. They are freshman Ella Tracy, Major Award, and Ella will receive her letter. Sophomores Sophie Long, Major Award, and she was selected as an alternate to the All-Iowa Dance Team. Macy Heim, Major Award, and she was selected to the All-Iowa Dance Team on the Kick Team. Beatrice Kemp, Major Award. Hannah Litter, Major Award. Molly Minster, Major Award. Grace Tath, Major Award, and she was selected to the All-Iowa Dance Team on the Pre-Show Team. Josie Tyson, Major Award. Maura Tracy, Major Award. And seniors, Eviana Berthel, Major Award, and Catherine Heimbuck, Major Award. And that is your 2019-2020 dance team. Next, we have the Spirit Club with Mrs. Kim Schrader.
Hello, everyone. I join you tonight as the Spirit Club moderator. I was excited to take on this role this year since I love Marquette, and I wanted to spread that love through the school community and inspire our students to take part in activities and events to continue to foster the dynamic civic life and spirit at our school. Spirit Club members are responsible for organizing student helpers at the concession stand for both volleyball and basketball games, decorating the school and making posters for homecoming week, planning all pep rallies, and making locker magnets boasting each student's involvement in different extracurricular activities. New this year was a homecoming kickoff party on Sunday night of homecoming week and a high school-wide activity each day of homecoming week during the guided study hall time. These activities often pitted students against teachers and students against one another in lively and hilarious competitions. That week and this year, or this 3/4 of a year, would not have been as successful without the total undertaking of my co-presidents, Hallie Kilberg and Evie Berthel, and the many other great leaders on Spirit Club who stepped up to make each event so memorable. I also wanted to recognize Hannah Sieverding, who volunteered each of the last 4 years to organize, produce, and distribute all the locker magnets. Thank you, Hallie, Evie, Hannah, and all the members of Spirit Club for the generosity of your time and talents. And see you again next year, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen. Thank you.
This year's Spirit Club are freshmen Jeffrey Dima, Ethan DeSoto, Grace Gerhard, Mallory Griffin, and Ella Tracy. Sophomores, Allison Kepman, Kaylee Koos, Sophie Long, Faith Metz, and Nolan Tracy. Juniors, Delaney Banowitz, Emma Callahan, Avery Clausen, Macy Heim, Beatrice Kemp, Molly Minster, Ellie O'Brien, and Maura Tracy. Seniors, Eviana Berthel, co-president, Kelsey Gerlach, Catherine Heimbuck, Hallie Kilberg, co-president, Lexi Metz, Victoria Mickle, Avery Sieverding, and Hannah Sieverding, locker magnet chair. And that is your 2019-2020 Spirit Club. Thank you. As we start announcing the teams that are a part of the Tri-Rivers Conference, I'm very happy to announce that our athletes earned Academic All-Conference 41 times this year, Academic All-State 6 times. Also, every girls and boys team this year received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa High School Athletic Association and Girls Union, which is the highest team academic award given. Next up, we have cheerleading with Coach Ms. Katie Kiefer.
Good evening, everyone. We had a fantastic cheerleading season this year. I came into the season a little worried about how many girls would go out, as we graduated 5 out of the 6 girls last year. But much to my surprise, we had so many girls that we had to order more uniforms. It was amazing to see the girls grow in confidence and rhythm throughout the year. And I think by the last game, everyone had the rouser down, or at least their own interpretation of the rouser. I was so happy that the girls got to experience the opportunity to cheer at state, thanks to the efforts of the girls' basketball team. Thank you to the dedicated fans that weren't afraid to stand up and cheer with the girls. Your support was very appreciated. A special thanks to Catherine Heimbuck for her leadership this year. As the only remaining returning cheerleader, she had a lot of cheers that she needed to teach everyone. And although I won't be coaching next year, I look forward to cheering along with a large squad again. Thank you.
And thank you, Coach Kiefer, for your service in that position. The cheerleading team received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa High School Boys Athletic Association for a 3.25 to 4.0 GPA. They also received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for a GPA of 3.25 to 4.0. They are sophomores, Sophie Long, Major Award, Faith Metz, Major Award, and Faith will receive her letter. Rachel Rowan, Major Award, and she will receive her letter, and she was Academic All-Conference. Ireland Sieverding, Major Award. Junior, Grace Tath, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. Seniors, Kelsey Gerlach, Major Award. Catherine Heimbuck, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. Lexi Metz, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. And Avery Seaverdeen, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. And that is your 2019-2020 cheerleading team. At this time, I would like to thank all of the Booster Club members and parents that volunteer at each of our events. Our activities could not run without you. You provide uniforms, transportation, and help with all the expenses to run an athletic program. Thank you. Next, we have junior varsity softball with Coach Mrs. Melissa Storm and Mrs. Emily Kingsolver. Coach Kingsolver cannot be here tonight, so Coach Storm will be taking the reins.
Good evening. Our JV team had a lot of fun and learned so much last year. We competed well, and the players grew individually and as a team. I am so thankful to the entire team for their willingness to play in any positions and roles we asked, as we had a small team and were plagued by some injuries. Regardless, they always played hard and were determined to win. I look forward to working with all of these girls again next year.
The members of the junior varsity softball team are freshmen Grace Gerhard, Elise Kilberg, and Ella Tracy. Sophomores Holly Beecham and Kaylee Coos. Juniors Delaney Banowitz, Emma Callahan, Beatrice Kemp, Holly Kramer, Hannah Litterer, Josie Tyson, Grace Taff, and Maura Tracy. Seniors Catherine Heimbuck and Hallie Kilberg. And managers, Mallory Griffin. And that is your 2019 junior varsity softball team. And next, I'm going to ask Coach Storm to stay here. We have varsity softball with Coach Storm and Coach Kingsolver.
I was so thankful to get back to coaching last year and want to thank my assistant for hanging with me for another year. We had such a great time with this group and appreciate their dedication to improving and winning. We are so passionate about teaching them the game, sportsmanship, and passing on our love of the game. We had a little bit of a rebuilding year last year, finishing the season at 16-15 and tied for 6th in the conference. Sunny North was our lone senior last year and had a great year pitching and playing first base. Her leadership and poise will be missed this year. We have an extremely strong group of players returning, and I look forward to a great season now that they all have more experience, and as always, they are driven to reach excellence. I am hopeful that we will get to practice and play together this summer, and if and when we do, Marquette softball will be a force in our conference and will have a goal to make a run for the state tournament again. Thank you.
The varsity softball team had an overall record of 16-15 and a Tri-Rivers Conference record of 11-13, second place in the East. They received the Distinguished Academic Award from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for a 3.25 and a 4.0 GPA. They are freshman Elise Kilberg, Major Award, and Elise will receive her letter, and she was Academic All-Conference. Sophomores Holly Beecham, Major Award, Kaylee Coos, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. Juniors, Delaney Banowitz, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. Emma Callahan, Major Award, TH All-Area Honorable Mention, Academic All-Conference. Beatrice Kemp, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. Holly Kramer, Major Award, TH All-Area Second Team. Hannah Litterer, Major Award. Grace Taff, Major Award, All-Conference First Team, All-District, All-State Honorable Mention, TH All-Area Second Team, QC Times All-Eastern Iowa Team Honorable Mention, and Academic All-Conference. Josie Tyson, Major Award. Seniors, Kelsey Gerlach, injured, but received a Major Award. Catherine Heimbuck, Major Award. Hallie Kilberg, Major Award, TH All-Area Honorable Mention, Academic All-Conference. And graduating seniors, Sunny North, Major Award, All-Conference Honorable Mention, TH All-Area Honorable Mention. Managers, Gwen Davis, Major Award, and Hannah Sieverding, Major Award. And we want to thank Coach Kingsolver for her service to Marquette and the Marquette softball team. She will not be returning next year, but good luck in your future. And this is your 2019 varsity softball team. Next, we have the JV baseball team with Coach Mr. Travis Templeton. Coach Templeton was unable to be here tonight, but he did send some words for me to read. Good evening, parents, athletes, teachers, volunteers, and others. I first wanted to say how proud I am of the fine young student athletes from the 2019 Marquette baseball team. Each and every player played a significant role on our team. For all of your hard work and dedication, I thank you. In between the countless hours these young men put into their schoolwork and the numerous hours they spend at practice, these athletes put in all they got. To me, and I'm sure to you, parents and guardians and loved ones, all these kids deserve recognition for their efforts. We made some significant changes last year, and you embraced those changes. I saw the team's confidence and mental toughness grow throughout the season. We finished strong. I will continue to work hard as your future coach to help you excel both on and off the field. For most of the athletes on last year's team, I look forward to seeing each of you on the field again this year. Thank you for all of your hard work you put in earlier this year. None of this is wasted. We will become a better team as a result of the hard work you have all put in. Our coaching staff thanks you for coming to practice with an open mind and accepting feedback on your way to becoming a better teammate and player. Congrats on a great 2019 season, Coach Templeton. The JV baseball team received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa High School Athletic Association for a GPA of 3.25 to a 4.0. They are 8th graders Ethan DeSoto, Trevor Klein, and Evan Scott. Freshmen Daniel Odding, manager, Christian Proul, Zach Templeton, Nolan Tracy, and Nicholas Sogling. Sophomores Asa Berthel, Carson Mickles, Tristan Pfiffner, and Brady Templeton. Juniors, Joe Anderson, Matthew Brinker, and Nick Hager. And that is your 2019 JV baseball team. Next, we have the varsity baseball team with Coach Mr. Isaac Storm. I've been a part of this baseball program as a coach since 2015. This past summer was my first year as head coach, and I had a great time working with these players. We went on a nice 6-game win streak to finish the season and won the first round of districts. Getting a district win will bode well for the guys this upcoming season. As a family decision, I decided to step down after this past season. I am grateful to have the opportunity to have led the baseball program and hopefully raise the expectation of the players. I want to thank Coach Templeton for helping me last season, and I wish him luck this season. We have hired Coach Jacob Oglesby as the head coach for this next season, and I am confident in his ability to increase the success of this program. Thank you to everyone who has supported me at this time. The varsity baseball team received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa High School Athletic Association for a 3.25 to 4.0 GPA. The baseball team had an overall record of 16-13, and in Tri-Rivers Conference play went 14-12 for 6th place. They are 8th graders Ethan DeSolo, minor award, Trevor Klein, minor award, and Evan Scott, minor award. Freshman Daniel Odding, manager, minor award. Christian Proul, major award, academic all-conference. Zach Templeton, major award. Nolan Tracy, minor award. And Nicholas Sogling, minor award. Sophomores Asa Berthel, major award, academic all-conference. Honorable mention all-conference. QC Times all-area honorable mention. And Telegraph Herald all-area honorable mention. Carson Mickles, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. Tristan Fiffner, Major Award. Brady Templeton, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. Juniors, Joe Anderson, Major Award. Matthew Brinker, Major Award. And Nick Hager, Major Award. Seniors, Jake Kyle, Major Award. Danny Coos, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. And Ethan Fiffner, Major Award, QC Times, All-Area Honorable Mention, Telegraph Herald, All-Area Honorable Mention, and Academic All-Conference. Your 2019 varsity baseball team. At this time, I would like to thank our bus drivers and volunteers. Their time commitment allows our athletes to participate in their competitions throughout the season. Line judges, score clock operators, and drivers, thank you for making sure our events run smoothly. Next, we have the junior varsity volleyball team and coach, Mrs. Haley Storm.
Good evening, everybody. This was my third year as the JV coach at Marquette, and I was thinking back on our volleyball season, and I realized it was actually my fourth year coaching. I started with the junior high teams back in 2016 when our juniors were in 8th grade. So you can imagine that they have gone through quite the process of changing and growing and really becoming just mature, phenomenal athletes and young women. You cannot get luckier as a coach to spend so much time with such phenomenal and gracious people. When I look back on our season this year, I will remember the hard work they put in each day, both as a junior varsity program and a varsity program. The younger players were always challenging the more experienced players by pushing them to try their best and giving them solid competition to practice against. Our upperclassmen were constantly guiding the team, showing nothing but encouraging words and what a great work ethic looks like. Having low numbers really actually helped the team become one unit. We were working, learning, and growing together, and we got a vast amount of experience. I am incredibly excited about the future of our volleyball program here at Marquette, and ladies, thank you for a great season.
Because all of the members of the volleyball team played both junior varsity and varsity, we are not going to read their names twice. So for varsity volleyball, we have Coach Mr. Andrew Bishop.
This year for volleyball was a year of learning, of growth, and of resilience, much like we faced at the end of this academic school year. At the beginning of the season, we knew we faced an uphill battle in many ways, having only 10 girls out across all levels. But as Coach Storm said, it was a battle that the girls embraced wholeheartedly and worked very hard to overcome, even when injury throughout the course of the season caused our numbers to dwindle to 9 and then 8. Nothing exemplified this team's grit quite like our opening tournament and then our conference matches. In the first match of the season, we handed eventual 2A state qualifier Wilton one of their only 13 set losses on the season before eventually falling in 3. We then similarly gave host Easton Valley an exciting 3-set match to end that opening tournament. Conference matches are where we really found our stride as a team, defeating Midland in their gym, taking sets from Cedar Valley Christian and Cal Wheat, playing Lisbon in tight matches at home, and losing an absolute heartbreaker to Easton Valley at their senior night in their gym. Our girls fought hard time and time again, and while the win-loss column didn't fall quite the way we hoped, we were able to walk off the court consistently knowing that we gave it our best effort and had grown from the match before. We'd like to thank seniors Kelsey Gerlach and Hannah Sieverding for their hard work this year. We will miss Kelsey's outgoing and joyful personality at practices and the intensity that she brought to the team. And we will also miss the work Hannah has put in for the past 4 years taking stats for the team and putting up with us coaches during the season. I'd like to thank all the parents for their continued support, traveling to many of our tournaments, even making the jaunt out to Williamsburg to support us. And I'd also like to thank my assistant coach, Coach Storm, for her work through the course of this year. We look forward to next season as we bring a large number of present juniors back who have solid varsity experience now and who will bring an incredible drive for winning as we reset next year, as we host our own Marquette tournament again late in September, and as we work to grow and improve. I'm ready to get back to work, ladies. Let's get at it this fall.
And we have one very excited AD to host a volleyball tournament next year. This year, the varsity volleyball team received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for a GPA of 3.25 to 4.0. Their overall match record was 2-28, overall game record 13-65, and Tri-Rivers East Conference record 1-5. They are freshman Elise Kilberg, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. Katerina Weimerskirch, Manager, Minor Award. Sophomores, Jory Heinrich, Minor Award. Juniors, Emma Callahan, Major Award, Tri-Rivers East Honorable Mention All-Conference, Academic All-Conference. Avery Clausen, Major Award, and she will receive her letter, and she was Academic All-Conference. Holly Kramer, Major Award. Ellie O'Brien, Major Award. Tri-Rivers East First Team All-Conference and Academic All-Conference. Grace Taff, Major Award. Josie Tyson, Major Award. And Maura Tracy, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. And Senior Kelsey Gerlach, Major Award. And that is your 2019 varsity volleyball team. Thank you, coaches. Next, we have both the girls and the boys cross-country teams with Coach Mr. Steve Engelman and Coach Mrs. Kelsey Kaiser.
First of all, I want to recognize and congratulate our seniors with all their accomplishments. Hallie Kilberg, Miranda Peters, Nicholas Hager, Parker Miller, and manager Matthew Brinker. Our boys had an injury-plagued season where sometimes it was hard to field the team in our meets, but they gave it their best effort, and we'll have a strong group of freshman runners coming in to help Nolan, Trevor, and Ethan next fall. On the girls' side, our team placed second at Northeast. Hallie was first. Hallie also won the Midland meet. At Bellevue, our team placed second. Hallie was first. At Western Dubuque, we were rained out. At Marquette, our team finished second, and Hallie finished second. At the conference meet in Springville, our team was fifth, and our state qualifying meet in Iowa City, our team finished sixth. One thing about our girls' team, they never quit, and they always gave it their all. Our girls will have 3 strong juniors in Holly, Kaylee, and Allison to help Molly, Hannah, Maya, and Isabella lead our squad back to Fort Dodge this fall of 2020. So back in January, Kelsey and I informed the Marquette Catholic School Board that we were stepping down as cross-country coaches due to more family time, and turned in our letter of resignations. It was a difficult decision. As I said earlier, it is hard to walk away from the sport that you love. I want to thank Marquette for the opportunity to coach the past 21 years. It has truly been a great ride with a lot of success. I'm proud to have taken a team or individuals to the state meet 19 out of those 21 years. I could not have had all this success without the help of my co-coach, Kelsey Kaiser. She has been a great joy to work with, a huge inspiration to our program, and will truly miss our daily practices, competitive meets, and most of all, our revolving office. Lastly, I want to thank our runners, managers, bus drivers, parents, my family, and especially my wife for supporting me during my coaching years at Marquette Catholic. I will continue to help out with our meets and wish our runners nothing but the best.
As Ink said, it is bittersweet to be up here today, ending the era, if you would say, of Ink and Mrs. Kaiser coaching. It has been 5 excellent years. I have learned so much from Mr. Engelman. We've loved our revolving offices, our bomb pops after the long runs, our surprise Sundays events, the Daniels program. But most of all, we are so grateful, and I'm so grateful for the past 5 years, getting the honor to work with all of the athletes. We, as Inc. did, I just want to say a special thanks again to the seniors, Hallie, Miranda, Nick, and Parker. It has been a joy to watch and to help you become the beautiful souls that you all are today. And I hope that you never forget in every aspect of your life that what the mind believes, the body will achieve. I know that the athletes won't mind me taking a moment of my time here to actually thank Inc. He doesn't know I'm saying any of this, so. But they will not mind it because Inc. is a huge reason why any cross-country athlete even goes out for the sport. Inc. has dedicated, as he said, the past 21 years of his life as the cross-country coach at Marquette Catholic. You can look at his stats, like he said, 19 out of 21 of those years, taking a team to the promised land, as he always likes to call it, Fort Dodge. That is something amazing that you don't see, especially in the sport of cross-country. But they say that a good coach improves your game, and a great coach improves your life. And while we could look at Inc.'s statistics, the greatest part about his coaching isn't the results that he got, it was how he coached. Inc. is one of those great coaches that absolutely improves your life. And even though he wasn't my coach, he improved my life too. Inc. has one of the biggest hearts of anyone that I know. While he loves the sport of cross country, he loves the kids and the people that they are becoming even more. He always has cared about the person, their body and soul, more than the performance. And to me, that is the greatest motivator that any coach could have. This authentic selflessness, if anyone that's actually met him, they could account for this. For all of you who know Inc., you say, yes, that is someone who has authentic kindness. It is this attribute that makes Inc. the excellent coach that he was for the last 21 years. Persistent kindness. Persistence is a great virtue that anyone gets out of doing a sport where you run a 5K, but the persistent kindness is something that you don't find very often. Because kindness is hard, especially if it's authentic, and it's not feigned, and it's not done for anyone's self-benefit. Some examples of his selflessness that I've been able to exhibit, I tried to calculate how many hours we've spent together, and it's somewhere around 2,000 just in the past 5 years. Every single day, and this is probably what his athletes remember most about him, every single day, a warm greeting, and you can all say it before I even can, "What's up, gang?" And that was how we started every single practice. That was the last 5 years. I'm sure he's been doing it for 21. So he had his specially selected handwritten quotes before the meets, the popsicle and ice cream things, as aforementioned, the buttons that we have on display, and our revolving offices. I want to again go back to that characteristic that makes Inc. so unique. That the characteristic of persistent kindness, that selfless kindness, was also Inc.'s greatest motivator as a coach. While many coaches resort to fear or embarrassment, or even trying to trigger up a feeling of pride in their athletes to motivate them, Inc. loved his athletes to perform well. You know what this is like if you've had a loving parent that you want to help. You know what this is like if you've been loved by a God who loves us as such. It isn't forced. It isn't like that. Ink motivated through love, and he's one of the most Christ-like people I've ever met. Him just being himself with his pure love and goodness is what has motivated athletes for the past 21 years and has motivated myself to never stop becoming the best version of myself. Thank you, Ink. I could talk forever, but I won't. I'll save you all. So thank you, Ink, for your years of dedication and the amazing impact that you have not undoubtedly had on hundreds of athletes, but also on my life. I want to thank Isaac and I want to thank Marquette for the opportunity to coach and to serve this amazing school and community. Graduates, I hope that you will honor Ink with the manner that you live your lives, pursuing that virtue of persistent kindness. Never forget the power of kindness. It's an even greater motivator than fear. To all those returning, honor Ink with having your best season yet. Go out there and dominate your summer training. We are going to be cheering for you just as hard as if we were the ones on the bus with you or on the course with you next year. We'll probably be on the sidelines, and I'll have that extra bun in the oven to help you out. But most of all, to everyone, Ink and I hope that you never give up on the pursuit of greatness. Thank you.
I had the opportunity to run under Ink for the 4 years, and I'm truly grateful for that. And I would like to thank Steve Engelman and Kelsey Kaiser for your years of service to the Marquette cross-country program. Ink was around when the tradition started, and Kelsey strengthened the tradition when she arrived. Thank you for everything, and we will miss you. This year's women's cross-country team received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for a 3.25 to 4.0 GPA. They placed 5th in the Tri-Rivers Conference meet and 6th place in the state qualifying meet. They are sophomores: Holly Beecham, Major Award, Academic All-Conference, 7th place All-Conference. Allison Kettman, Major Award, Tri-Rivers Conference, Academic All-Conference. Kaylee Coos, Major Award, Academic All-Conference, 10th place All-Conference. And Sophie Long, Manager and Runner, Major Award. Juniors, Hannah Litter, Manager and Runner, Major Award. And Molly Minster, Major Award. Seniors, Hallie Kilberg, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. And Miranda Peters, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. These seniors went to state 3 out of their 4 years here, so let's congratulate them on their accomplishments. The men's team received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa High School Athletic Association for a GPA of 3.25 to a 4.0. They are freshman Ethan DeSoto, Major Award, and he will receive his letter, and he was Academic All-Conference. Trevor Klein, Major Award, he will receive his letter, and he was Academic All-Conference. And sophomores, Nolan Tracy, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. And seniors, Matthew Brinker, Major Award, Manager. Nicholas Hager, Major Award, Academic All-Conference. And Parker Mueller, Major Award. And that is your 2019 cross-country team, and thank you, coaches. Next, we will have the junior varsity girls basketball team with coaches Mrs. Miranda Ernst and Mrs. Courtney Keeter.
Thanks, Isaac. Miranda and I were lucky enough to be able to coach the JV girls basketball team again this year and had a very successful JV season, ending 13-6, I believe, and improving a ton. I guess the first thing I want to thank Miranda and my dad for being able to coach together. Basketball season's a long season. Everybody knows that. And, when you spend that much time together, you could maybe get on each other's nerves. But I can honestly say there wasn't a day that I did not want to be there with them, and I missed them when I wasn't with them. So that was great. For the JV team, I just really want to thank the JV girls for all their hard work, especially the juniors. If we didn't have the juniors, we wouldn't have a JV team because we would have had 4 girls. And you can play with 4, but it's just not as great. And so those juniors played every game with us. And I remember Holly Kramer asked me towards the beginning of the year, do you want me on the JV team the whole year, every game? And I said, yeah, is that okay? And she goes, oh, absolutely. I like playing. It makes me better. And that tells you right there that the girls are in it for the right reason. And the juniors were just great about helping us out. So thank you, juniors, and the freshmen and sophomores. So excited for next year, and you guys can start leading them as well. And this team, JV and varsity, we just have so much fun. Obviously we're very successful, but we just really enjoy each other's company. After the season, we had to have a Zoom basketball party 2 weeks after the season because everybody missed each other. And they're just such a fun group of girls, and we really enjoy them a lot, and we have a very good time.
I think one of the best parts so far about tonight is sitting here and every girl that's on the team, I've heard their name at least 15 times, and over you hear we've had small teams and our girls play a lot of different roles and they always step up for whatever we ask them to do, and that's really so awesome, and it speaks to you all so well. I think specifically a role that the JV girls play is their ability to role play. I could bring Carol back, or Mrs. Feller back up here, and you guys could probably get an award for that. But towards the end of the season, when it comes down to districts and the JV season is over, Jimmy spends hours scouting the opposing team, and he comes in and he assigns a role to everyone. And they'll change their hair, they'll change their shirts, they'll just really get into it. And not only is it fun for us, but that's really what helps makes the varsity team better, and it's their willingness to just show up every day with a smile on their face that makes all of the girls just so awesome. So it's a pleasure to coach with you all.
The Junior Varsity Girls Basketball team this year received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for a GPA of 3.25 to 4.0. They are freshmen Grace Gerhard, Mallory Griffin, manager, Elise Kilberg, and Katerina Weimerskirch, manager. Sophomores Holly Beecham, Allison Ketman, and Kaylee Koos. Juniors Emma Callahan, Beatrice Kemp, and Holly Kramer. And that is your 2019-2020 Junior Varsity Girls Basketball team. Thank you, coaches. Next, I would like to congratulate our next coach, Jim Ketman, for receiving the Mike Henderson District Coach of the Year for the second consecutive year, the Telegraph Herald Girls Basketball Coach of the Year, and the Tri-Rivers East Coach of the Year for the second consecutive year. And we have varsity girls basketball with Coach Jim Ketman.
You can see why I have so much fun with these two at practice every night. We really do have a good time. There's so many things I could say about this year's team, but it's really hard to condense the kind of season we had into just a couple minutes. I could go on forever, but you might have to go back and get another fresh beer or something before I get done, but you do what you gotta. I'm gonna do it anyway. If you look back here, we did add a little bit of hardware this year, which was really a lot of fun. Everybody thinks that's, it is the final goal, but there's so many things go on during the season, practices, and that it takes to get to that point. We just really do have a good time. You can ask any of our girls that. You girls that are watching right now, you know that. And that's why these two get so giddy when they start talking about practices and stuff, because it is fun. And we really miss our kids after the season's over. With that, I'll try and wrap this up really quick here. Highlights, I think one of the biggest highlights of the year probably was our North Lynn win. Last year, North Lynn pretty much ran us out of the gym, one of our 2 losses. This year, we turned it around on them. We had them down by 26 and ended up beating them by 20 when they were ranked 2nd or 1st in the state, I forget which, and they were undefeated in 2A. So that was a real big game for us that night because it gave our kids a lot of confidence to go on. I'm just going to throw a few stats out here just because it gives you a better idea of our team. Our team record this year was 24-2. We won the conference. Miranda Peters was our leading scorer. Tori Mickle was our leading rebounder, which she also tied for 1st in the state in all classes. And she also led the team in blocks. Delaney led us in assists with Ellie and Miranda right behind her. As a team, we averaged 11 assists a game, which when I start looking at stats, that's probably one of the first ones I look at is assists per game. That tells me how unselfish a team we are. And that I'm always thrilled to see that. Hallie Kilberg led the team in steals. We did set a record with 20 consecutive wins. We tied records. Some records we tied. We were best conference finish, most regular season wins with 20, most wins 24, best state finish, semifinals. And then a few team season records I'll throw out there quick. Most defensive rebounds. We're a tremendous rebounding team. We set the all-time school record for most total rebounds this year with going over 1,000. We had 1,005 total rebounds, which is impressive. Also, we set another single season record with 187 blocks. It's going to be hard to replace all those blocks and rebounds, but we'll find a way. Just a couple quick things. The girls touched on it here just a little bit. Our reserves this year were so unselfish. They really did fill in at practices every night because you're only as good as your reserves. If your reserves can't offer any competition for your starters, starters do not get any better. And they didn't back down. I really like that about them. They went at them. They didn't back down because they weren't starting, and the starters appreciated that. Our seniors were good to our underclassmen. Our underclassmen treated our seniors the way they're supposed to be treated, with respect, and I was very proud of that also. A couple individual season records. Tori Mickle set the individual season rebounding record with 320. Individual career records, Tori had 796. She beat Tiana Richmond by 11. Tiana broke it last year, and now Tori got her this year. She also, Tori did set the career block record with 160, and that record stood from 1996 with Julie Felderman, beat that by 20. So there's highlights there, but I could go on about every kid on the team, every single one, right down to our managers and the kids that didn't play as much. Every single kid on this team contributed this year, and without them, we don't have this. I can honestly say that. So very proud of our team this year. I thought we hung in there some nights when it was tough. We won some close games. State is always fun, and I won't mind doing it again. A couple people I want to thank quickly. Thank my wife Nancy. A lot of nights I'm gone with practice, long bus trips, and all the coaches can all identify with that. Some nights those bus trips are pretty long and it's pretty cold, and my wife's waiting patient for me when I get home because she knows she's going to hear all about the ball game anyway, so there's no sense going to sleep. I want to thank Courtney and Miranda. Couldn't ask for any better assistant coaches. These guys do a great job, and the kids love them. I can see why. I want to thank the parents, fans, my reserves, like I mentioned them a little bit ago. I really, really, truly appreciate every single person on that bench, right down to the managers and the video people and everybody. So I would thank the reserves, managers, and thank Isaac. You did a great job again this year. And then lastly, I just want to thank our 3 seniors. Hallie, Tori, Miranda, gosh, we're going to miss you guys. I say this every year, it's hard to leave the seniors go, and every coach feels the same way, because you go through a lot, you spend a lot of time with them, you spend a lot of hours with them, and I appreciate all they've done for the school, how I really like the way they treated our underclassmen this year. I thought they did a tremendous job at that. So good luck to you seniors, and come back and watch us play. I don't think we'll be too bad next year. I think I'm going to go one more year. Okay? Thank you.
The varsity girls basketball team had an overall record of 24-2. They were Tri-Rivers East Conference champions with a conference record of 12-0. The girls basketball team currently has won 6 straight conference titles, including 2 shared and 4 straight outright titles. They have not lost to a Tri-Rivers East opponent in over 4 years. This senior class went to state 3 out of their 4 years. This team has received the Distinguished Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union for a GPA of 3.25 to 4.0. Those receiving major awards: managers, seniors, Evie Berthel, Catherine Heimbuck, and Hannah Sieverding. Minor award winners: freshmen, Grace Gerhard; sophomores, Holly Beecham, Allison Kettman, and Kaylee Koos. Major award winners, players: juniors, Delaney Banowitz, Tri-Rivers East second team, Telegraph Herald All Area Honorable Mention, Quad City Times All Eastern Iowa Area Honorable Mention, and Academic All Conference. Emma Callahan Major Award, Beatrice Kemp Major Award, Holly Kramer Major Award, Ellie O'Brien Tri-Rivers East second team, Telegraph Herald All Area Honorable Mention, Quad City Times All Eastern Iowa Honorable Mention, and Academic All Conference. Seniors: Hallie Kilberg, Telegraph Herald All Area Honorable Mention, Tri-Rivers East Honorable Mention, Quad City Times All Eastern Iowa Honorable Mention, Academic All Conference, and Iowa Girls Coaches Association Academic All State. Tori Mickle, Tri-Rivers East First Team All Conference, Academic All Conference. She was second team All State by the Iowa Print Sports Writers Association, the Iowa Girls Coaches Association third team All State, Telegraph Herald All Area First Team, Quad City Times First Team All Eastern Iowa Girls Basketball, Quad City Times Player of the Year All Eastern Iowa Girls, Iowa Girls Coaches Association Academic All State, Iowa Basketball Coaches Association Academic All State, Iowa Basketball Coaches Association All Region, Iowa Girls Coaches Association All District, and she was selected to play in the IGCA Larry Niemeyer Senior All-Star Game. Miranda Peters, Tri-Rivers East First Team All Conference, Tri-Rivers East Most Valuable Player, Academic All Conference, Iowa Girls Coaches Association Second Team All State, Iowa Girls Coaches Association All District, Iowa Basketball Coaches Association All Region, Iowa Basketball Coaches Association Academic All State, Iowa Girls Coaches Association Academic All State, Quad City Times First Team All Eastern Iowa Basketball, Telegraph Herald All Area Second Team. She was selected to play in the IGCA Larry Niemeyer Senior All-Star Game, and Miranda was the recipient of the Iowa Bankers Association Achievement Award. And that is your 2019-2020 varsity girls basketball team. Thank you, coaches. Next, we have the junior varsity boys basketball team with coach Mr. Isaac Storm. The JV boys team faced several bigger and older teams this year, which gave us great experience. I enjoyed working with this team. They gave their all, and I was able to draw up plays, and they ran them perfectly this year, especially in key situations. I look forward to what these guys can do next year after a summer of working on their game. The JV boys basketball team received the Distinguished an Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa High School Athletic Association for a GPA of 3.25 to 4.0. They are freshmen Jeffrey Dima, Ethan DeSoto, Trevor Klein, Ryder Patzner, and Evan Scott. Sophomores Daniel Odding, manager, Nicholas Sogling, Burke Tandawan, and Nolan Tracy. And junior Tristan Fiffner. And that is your 2019-2020 junior varsity boys basketball team. Next, we have the varsity boys basketball team with Coach Mr. Joel Sieverding.
Good evening, and before we start, I'd like to have a shout out to all the athletes, parents, and the Marquette backers who are watching tonight. Thanks for all you do for our student athletes. Stay safe, and God bless you. Also, a salute to Mr. Storm, Mrs. Storm, and Mr. Beecham for making this night possible. I mean, all I can say is wow. I'm amazed, but thank you very much. This year, I thought we had a very successful basketball season, and I know some people are saying, what? Not necessarily in wins and losses, but in, I think, 3 different areas, and I think this carries on into life. First of all, being competitive and playing hard. You know, at one time in our conference season, there were 6 rated teams, the number 1 in 2A and number 1 in 1A in our conference, and we competed every night. You know, for the most part, very, very well. And in sometimes full games, sometimes maybe not, we couldn't finish games. And that seemed to be a problem. Second of all, we never had a bad practice. I think Coach Storm can attest to this. When we came to practice, and I know myself, that there were nights that, oh, why am I here? And the guys just worked hard all the time. Very, very impressive, especially when you're not winning as much as what everyone would like to. And thirdly, we always work to get better. You know, there are many of those people who are shooting on the side, doing different things, trying different things to get better. And I think that's 3 key things, not only in sports, but in life in general. I really would like to thank the 3 seniors, you know, Matt, Parker, and Nick. I don't remember them having a bad night. Now, I'm not saying scoring-wise, rebounding-wise, defensive-wise, but as far as not playing hard. You know, I oftentimes came in and told Coach Storm, oh, we played hard. These guys just play really, really hard. You know, things just weren't meant to be as far as wins and losses this year. But these 3 seniors, I think, displayed some things that I hope they take out into the world. You know, that tenacity to keep on keeping on when things aren't going so good. And that is one of the things that I'd like to say to the juniors. You know, I would like to challenge you to have this much enthusiasm for the game. And by starting right now, we all have plenty of time. You can stand in your driveway and shoot, you can dribble down the basement, you can do all kinds of things to get better. To get better and give it your all like these 3 seniors did. I would also like to thank Coach Storm. Sometimes you have to know me pretty well. I'm usually pretty quiet and different things, so people sometimes don't know what I think. I think he's getting better at that. And one thing I have to say is I couldn't ask for a better assistant, and I love you, Isaac. Thank you very much. As far as the underclassmen, like I said, I cannot wait until we can get back together again. Not necessarily just for basketball, for school. You know, walking out the door and giving somebody an elbow isn't really the same as giving a high five, but it's the best we can do right now. I'm looking forward to the time when we can come back with the rest of you people, give high fives, and do some special things maybe next year. Thank you.
The varsity boys basketball team had an overall record of 5-17, Tri-Rivers Conference record of 4-8. They received the Distinguished in Academic Achievement Award from the Iowa High School Athletic Association for a GPA of 3.25 to 4.0. They are freshman Evan Scott, minor award, sophomores Nicholas Sogling, minor award, and Nolan Tracy, minor award. Juniors Jake Anderson, major award, Asa Berthel, major award, academic all-conference, Carson Mickles, major award, Tri-Rivers first team all-conference, Telegraph Herald all-area fourth team, Quad City Times all-area honorable mention, and academic all-conference. Julian Nam, manager, major award, Tristan Fiffner, major award. Seniors, Joe Anderson, manager, major award. Matthew Brinker, major award. Tri-Rivers second team all-conference, Telegraph Herald all-area honorable mention, and academic all-conference. Nicholas Hager, major award, academic all-conference. And Parker Mueller, major award, Tri-Rivers Conference honorable mention, and Telegraph Herald all-area honorable mention. And that is your 2019-2020 varsity boys basketball team. Thank you, Coach. I would now like to give a shout out to our youth coaches. Without their time and efforts, our athletes, with their time and efforts, our athletes are prepared when they get to high school, and we greatly appreciate you working with them. So thank you, youth coaches. Next up, we have swimming. We have one swimmer this year who swims with Wahlert Catholic in Dubuque. She is senior Victoria Mickle. Her accomplishments this year, she was the 100 fly regional champion, 200 free relay regional champion, most valuable swimmer on her team, varsity letter winner, first team All-City, first team Mississippi Valley Conference, TH Athlete of the Week, Mississippi Valley Conference All-Academic Award, and she was on the Iowa High School Swim Coaches Association Academic All-State Team, which is just 16 girls in the state of Iowa. In her 4 years of swimming, she was a 4-year state qualifier in 4 events. She was the top 50 back split time in school history, top 50 fly split time in school history, top 50 free split time in school history, second best 100 free split time in school history. In the 200 IM, 100 fly, and 100 back, she is the school record holder. She is part of all 3 school record-setting relay teams in her high school career, which is the 200 medley relay, 200 free relay, and 400 free relay. Tori holds 6 of 11 possible school records. She was Telegraph Herald Athlete of the Week 4 times, once in each of her 4 years. She was 4-year varsity letter winner. She was a 4-year city champ and first team all-city team all 4 years. I would say that's quite the career for Tori Mickle at swimming. So congratulations, Tori, on your wonderful career for Wahlert Catholic. Next, we have the Marquette archery team. At the state tournament, Marquette finished 31st. Their team points did qualify them for the national tournament, but that tournament was canceled because of COVID-19. The high school team consists of 5th graders through seniors this year. They are 5th grader Logan Ludwig, 6th grader Haley Dunglinger, Amber Kramer, Cambry Schwager, Justin Severson, Brady Severting, Amelia Taylor. 7th grade, Elena DeSoto and Jaden Dunglinger. 8th grade, Aiden Clausen, academic archer, and he qualified for state 3D tournament. and Megan Kramer. Freshman Ethan DeSoto, who qualified for state 3D tournament, and Trevor Klein. Sophomores Holly Beecham, academic archer, and Julie McHugh. Juniors Avery Clausen and Holly Kramer, and seniors Wade Schwager and Lucas Sieverding. And that is your 2019-2020 archery team. Right now, I want to thank John Tyson, Carrie Moore, Randy Coos, Jeffrey Kaiser, Julie Schmidt, and Carol Kettman for keeping my head on straight throughout the year, and especially my wife, Mrs. Storm. These people put in many hours to make sure our student athletes are ready for their season, and every detail is taken care of in facility preparation. So thank you for all that you do. Although our spring sports were canceled this year, we would like to honor them by having our coaches say a few words. So first up, we're going to have Coach Chris Meninger with girls soccer.
Thank you, Mr. Storm. If it's okay with you, I might have a couple more than just a few words. So, good evening, everybody. First and foremost, I want to offer congratulations. We had 2 girls this year who did make the Iowa Girls Coaches Association Academic All-State, and those girls are Miranda Peters and Hallie Kilberg. Congratulations, girls. Soccer is one of those interesting sports that falls on the busiest time of year for school, normally. We had just passed, looking back, we had just passed the middle of our season when we had athletic awards last year. So we did not have a chance to celebrate the achievements our girls had through the rest of the month of May. After athletic awards last year, we came out and played 2 tough games against CVC and Waller. But then we came out fired up against West Branch and Northeast, who we beat, if you remember that game, girls, who we beat without our top scorer because she was on the sideline with heat stroke. I believe she may have been throwing up somewhere as well. However, we recovered from the heat, and we went out and we beat a tough Anamosa team for the 3rd time that season, which any coach will tell you beating a team 3 times in one season is tough, especially when that 3rd time comes in the postseason. Our win against Anamosa put us against CPU, who was ranked 3rd in the state for 1A. And we held CPU to 5 goals, despite many, many factors and injuries against us. I tell you all this to point out that these girls are fighters, and you've heard this all night long. Our female athletes are achievers. They're great athletes in the fact that they put their team first and they strive to do the best that they can. And so they will always persevere. And that is one of the best things and one of the things I'm most honored about for coaching our girls here, is that they will persevere through the toughest times and come out the other side better. I've had so many people come up to me and say their condolences on the season and how they'll miss seeing the girls play. And all I can say is I completely agree. Coming off a tremendous season like last year, setting 10 new records out of 17 records that we keep, shows how hard these girls work together to achieve greatness. So yes, we were looking forward to having another record-setting year. Yes, this stinks. And yes, it is unfortunate that that is the hand that we were dealt. However, as I have told the girls many times through the last month and a half, the hand we were dealt is bigger than us. It is bigger than our soccer season, and to protect the people we care about, we must be willing to give up some of the things that are important to us. So once again, we are faced with tough times. But as history has taught me with this team, we will persevere. We will come out better. We will not play victim. That is what great teams do, and that is what our team will do. So the last thing I want to do is I want to look at the couple of seniors that we did have or who had signed up to go out this year. Actually, in total, we had 25 girls sign up for this year's soccer season, and I was looking forward to coaching them all. For 18 of them, we will get another chance next year. For the seniors, we have to say goodbye. Allie, Catherine, and Hallie, I was not able to see you play, but I knew your dedication and your work ethic, and I was looking forward to helping you grow in your knowledge of soccer. Lexi, last year you came out and surprised everyone with your goalie skills. I only wish that we could have discovered these skills maybe a year earlier. Avery, you have always been an inspiration to your teammates when it came to defense. Your knowledge and experience will live on with your partner in crime, Sydney, along with your other fellow defenders. Kaylin, you have come so far in the last 3 years. Your dedication to the program and work ethic pushed you into a starting spot on a very competitive team. You set a great example for those following you, and I know you would have gotten your goal that you were striving to get. You would have gotten it this year. And Miranda, what can I say other than thank you? Going off script here a little bit, listening to Coach Kettman talk, he said everything that I wanted to say. Miranda, you're the quiet leader. You're never selfish, always putting the team first. You always work to make yourself better, but not to make yourself shine, but to make the team shine. The girls always looked up to you, and you never disappointed. I knew with you at the helm, this team would achieve great things, and we did. We truly did. So thank you. To all seniors, thank you for your hard work and dedication through the years. You are the reason Marquette soccer the Marquette girls soccer team is what it is as successful as it is. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you, and you will truly be missed. I do have one last thank you, and that is to Coach Peniston. For everything that he does for keeping the teams organized, for emails, for keeping me organized. I know that we're both in this together between the boys and the girls, but I couldn't ask for a better person to be there and help keep me straight and keep me organized. So thank you so much. I am looking forward to next season, and I know we will do great things. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Meninger. Next, we will have Coach Gary Peniston with the varsity boys soccer team.
It's hard to put into words how disappointing it is to have lost this soccer season. I've been looking forward to coaching this returning group of soccer players since the day after we lost our sub-state game last year. A game we lost by the slimmest of margins, 2-1 to the state qualifier from our bracket, who also happened to be CPU. Both the boys and girls lost the same team. And also both the boys and girls won against the same team in the first round, Anamosa. So go figure. Last off season, I had many conversations that began with someone asking me what we were going to do without last year's seniors and foreign exchange students. I would politely tell them that I didn't expect any drop-off, and I would point out that this year's returning upperclassmen, the juniors and seniors, had already shown me everything I needed to know about their talent and tenacity. This group pushed to within eyesight of the state tournament without any seniors on the field. And that tells a lot about them. I mean, we had the last year's senior trip, we lost our defensive midfielder and 2 center backs. And if you know anything about soccer, center backs are the quarterback of your defense. We lost them to the senior trip, and the seniors from last year just filled in, or juniors from last year filled in remarkably. So I knew and I was confident that we would turn heads on the field with our performance on the field this season. This particular team was special to me for a couple of reasons. First, 4 of the seniors on this year's team were part of the first middle school team that I coached in 2014. And they were a big part of the reason that the middle school program got off the ground. Second, I counted today, and I've coached 17 of the 22 players on this roster in youth soccer, some going back as far as first grade. So I had a lot invested in this season with this group of juniors and seniors. So the season was lost, but I want to make sure the contributions of our 3 returning seniors are not forgotten. First up is Marcus Anderson. Marcus started 33 games evenly distributed over his first 3 seasons. He is an excellent outside fullback and defensive midfielder. I was really looking forward to what he could do in the defensive leadership position of center back this season. I challenged the outside fullbacks last year to look for offensive opportunities within our formation, and Marcus really bought into that, taking 5 shots on goal when in his previous seasons he had not taken any shots on goal. He took 5 on goal, or 5 shots, 3 of them on goal, and scored 1 very memorable goal from the top of the penalty area in our first victory over a 3A team last year. Next, we have Matthew Brinker. Matt was the starting goalkeeper for the majority of his 3 seasons. He holds the school record for most saves in a game, 25 from a 2017 match where he must have been absolutely peppered with shots. In that 2017 season, Matt was 1 save short of the school record for saves in a season. With 46 saves this season, or approximately a third of the number he had last year, he would have broken the school record for career saves. Matt, you had an excellent career as a goalkeeper. And last but certainly not least is Parker Mueller. Parker started 29 games over his sophomore and junior seasons. Like Marcus, he is an excellent outside fullback and defensive midfielder. Parker was the other half of my starting center back pair with Marcus, and I know he was ready for that assignment. Defenders don't get the recognition they deserve with traditional soccer stats, so quick stats never tells the whole story of defensive leadership. I will always remember Parker's leadership on the field, especially during last year's sub-state games. In addition to my 3 returning seniors, I had 4 new seniors on the roster. 3 of them, Nicholas Hager, Zach Rader, and Abe Steinbeck, all played for my middle school teams. And I was excited to have them back out for soccer in their senior year. Taekwon Strouder moved into the Bellevue area during his high school years, and he had played youth soccer previously. All 4 new seniors would have added much-needed upperclassmen depth to our team. And now on to the returning sophomores and juniors. Jake Anderson, Jacob Bakey, Ty Closer, Carson Mickles, Julian Nam, Zach Templeton, and Nolan Tracy. This group is very talented, and hopefully I will have every one of them back next season. They all would have started this year, and with the seniors would have formed a great lineup. I love that we have such a solid core for next year's team. To all of the new freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, I was looking forward to the chance to see how you could help with this year's team achieve greatness. Brady Templeton, Joseph Hager, Ethan DeSoto, Jeffrey Dima, Trevor Klein, Gavin O'Brien, and Evan Scott. I hope you will join us next season. We did have 1 foreign exchange student on the roster. I hope I get the pronunciation correct. Burke Tandogan. Burke, I would have liked to have gotten to know you, and good luck next year. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Coach Meedinger. I am fortunate to have the head coach of the girls' team as my assistant to the boys' team. His knowledge of the game and constructive feedback on my ideas and many emails are much appreciated. Thank you, Coach Meedinger. In closing, thank you to the seniors. This may be a lost season, but you will not be forgotten. Good luck in your futures, and I will miss all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Peniston. Next, we have the girls' golf team with Coach Mr. Jordan Albertson. Coach Albertson was unable to be here tonight, but he did send me a few words. From Coach Albertson, we were going to do some exciting things this season, but it was not to be. You're a star, Hannah. Keep shining and go do great things. I'm sure going to miss coaching you and wish you all the best. Beatrice, keep working. You had state in your sight last year, and you will next year. Go for it. I'm saddened that we cannot compete this year, but we will compete next year, and we will be ready. Coach Albertson. Next, we have the boys golf team with Coach Mr. Noah Cornelius. Coach Cornelius was also unable to be here tonight, but he sent a few words as well. It's hard to know what to say to a team that had an entire season taken away by something completely out of their control. One of the saddest things in life is to see unmet potential, be it through lack of effort or lack of ability. Sadder still is to see unmet potential because of lost opportunity. I don't believe, not for a second, that I would have had to worry about a lack of effort or ability. Knowing that I had all but one returning from last season, I was very much looking forward to what might have been this season. 2019 was a building year where I was literally teaching players how to hold the clubs and how to not let go of the clubs while swinging. Nick. This year, players would have returned with the knowledge and skill gained from last year, ready to learn more and face greater challenges. To my seniors, I am so sorry. Joseph Anderson, who was my lone returning senior, and I was really looking forward to what he could do, if he could straighten out that hook. Spencer Hawksmeyer was also going out this year. From what I know of Spencer and other activities, he would have worked hard and challenged others to do better. He would have had fun. I want to thank both of these young men, and I wish them nothing but the best as they go into their future as young adults. I know they can and will accomplish great things. To my underclassmen, I look forward to the opportunities we still have. I hope you will take this lesson from this experience, that every opportunity is a gift that should not be taken for granted. Treat every opportunity like something precious that could be taken away, because as we've seen this year, it just might be. I hope the underclassmen will come back next spring, ready to seize every opportunity. Until then, I'll see you on the green. Thank you. Next, with girls and boys track, we have coaches Mr. Jeffrey Kaiser and Ms. Rebecca Drouse.
Thank you, Isaac, and thank you for everyone who's staying on with us here tonight to watch the full activity awards. I know that this does take some time to go through, but we have had a lot of successes over the course of this last year, and we also have a lot of opportunities for coaches that are saying goodbye to seniors for the last time. I wanted to start off here by recognizing some of the accomplishments that were made at the end of last year that we don't get the opportunity to celebrate the successes in track because we finished the track season after the athletic awards ceremony each year. This past year was a successful year for Marquette track, especially on the girls' side, as we took a 4x8 team to state, as well as Hallie Kilberg and 3 other individual events. And for Hallie, I can certainly say she is a leader. It has been a privilege coaching Hallie in track and field for the last 3 years. The other 3 girls on that 4x8 team were all freshmen last year, all stepping into a new role and doing amazing things. I learned a lot with working with each one of these girls. Allison's commitment to trying new things and being willing to go over 400-meter hurdles, especially after a cross-country season that didn't pan out the way that she had been hoping that it would. She came into track and started off the year running strong. Kaylee Coos, who anytime you would say, I think that this could be a good event to try, would try it willingly, openly, and compete her heart out. And Holly Beecham, with her severe, tremendous grit in every event, always willing, always wanting to be better, and at the end of the season, finishing an event that she didn't think that she would like very much at the state sub-meet, and competing so well that she was able to walk away with a medal from that too. As far as this year goes, I wanted to start off by pointing out that track has always been a very important part of my own life. Since I was a middle school student in 6th grade, I ran junior high track. Then I was lanky, knob-kneed, but I ran through junior high, and then I grew a little bit, ran through high school, grew a little bit more, and ran through college. After that, I was able to coach at the college level, and then I was able to coach at the high school level. Through it all, I have had 24 straight years in coaching or in being part of the track where I've either run on the oval or I've helped athletes get around the oval. But this year, that streak comes to an end for me. I'm not asking for any sympathy, nor do I ask for sympathy for the athletes. Not for the young lady that on the 16th of March, when she was coming into school to pick up the things that were most important to her from her locker, stopped me and said, "Can I take a hurdle with me so I can continue practicing?" I don't ask for sympathy for the students that were taking shot puts home so they could put divots in their own yards instead of the grassy area right outside of the MEC. Not for those girls I just talked about that would not be running at state this year. Not for the new additions on the track team that were going to experience track for the first time. Not for those that were returning with new goals. A senior that was going to try to break the 400-meter dash record once again after being so close, less than a quarter of a second away as a junior. A junior that was attempting to go 20 feet in the long jump. I don't ask for sympathy for these individuals, for these young men and young women, because our sympathy can be better spent elsewhere. These young men and women will learn from these experiences. They will grow, and there will be more chances for success for each one of them. Find it hard to feel badly for somebody who will improve themselves from an experience. I also don't ask for sympathy because I simply don't believe that these athletes would want it. They want you to continue to believe in them. They want you to support them. They want you to know that they are going to continue to work hard. Have sympathy for those that don't learn, refuse to learn, or don't have a chance at future successes. Professional boxer Jack Dempsey once said, "A champion is someone who gets up when he can't." I know all of these athletes well, and I know that they will get back up. They have the hearts of lions, the hearts of champions. So they will get up, they will work hard, they won't quit, and they won't take the easy road. I look forward to the next track season where we're able to come together once again.
This was going to be my second year coaching at our track and field program. I do miss it, and I'm reminded how much I miss it every day when an app on my phone that didn't get the memo sends me that I'm supposed to be going to track practice or to a track meet. But I am so thankful for the team and the enthusiasm and positive energy that they brought to last season into the practices, the very few that we had this year. Early in the season, we remind athletes there is someone out there right now that is trying to work harder than you. Will you let them? For all those athletes that will be returning next year, allow this question to motivate you to commit to summer running programs, lifting programs, and to make yourself better when no one is watching. There are no shortcuts in track. 100 meters is always 100 meters, and a stopwatch doesn't lie. For those in the class of 2020, I want to share some words from Max Maurer, a 1971 graduate of Marquette, that I feel are as relevant today as they are for someone that graduated almost 50 years ago. There are things I learned at Marquette that I have used literally for the rest of my life. There are things that I learned that changed the course of my life. Instead of being relegated to a predetermined path through high school, as had been my experience in other schools, I was challenged and directed to follow my questions to see where they led. I have continued to ask questions and to follow the data where it led. Marquette opened that door to me and showed me that I could, in fact, follow that road. I shall be forever grateful. Students, there is no predetermined path ahead of us right now. We need individuals willing to ask questions and to see where it leads them. I am confident that our world will find answers as the class of 2020 leaves our school. To the seniors that have been planning on running this year, I was blessed to work with you during your junior year. Ask yourself what questions still remain. Go out and seek the truth. Go out and open doors. Go out and change the world. Thank you.
And we want to thank Coach Drous as she will be leaving us to go continue her own academic career, so good luck. At this time, I would like to thank our coaches. Thank you for everything that you do. The extra hours, the long trips, and family sacrifices that they make to help our athletes. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. Thank you. I would now like to recognize our student athletes who will be taking their talents to the next level. Our college signees are Spencer Hoxmeyer, St. Ambrose University, Esports, and Victoria Mickle, University of Iowa, Rowing. Congratulations and good luck at the next level, Spencer and Victoria. And now on to our special awards. The E. Wayne Cooley Award. This is presented to a graduating female student in recognition of her outstanding accomplishments and fulfilling the criteria of achieving at least a 3.75 GPA and an ACT score of 25 or higher, in achieving and mastering the criteria necessary to be considered among the elite of the Iowa girl. She reflects discipline, perseverance, character, superior athletic skill, leadership, academic achievement, and citizenship. Congratulations to this year's Marquette Catholic recipient, Hallie Kilberg. Next, we have the Bernie Sagal Award. This is presented to the graduating student who exemplifies a patriotic spirit with strong religious and moral convictions, living and professing the qualities of honesty, integrity, and sportsmanship, believing that both games and life should be conducted by the rules. Congratulations to Marquette Catholic's 2020 Bernie Sagal Award winner, Victoria Mickle. The Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Awards. These are awarded to a deserving senior boy and girl that has wholeheartedly spent a career as an unsung varsity athlete. This award serves as an incentive to those who may be eligible for this award in the future years. The award winners are recognized as role models who are courageous, poised, and self-confident. Congratulations to this year's Marine Corps Distinguished Athletes, Hallie Kilberg and Nicholas Hager. At this time, we normally ask these people to stand up, but unfortunately they're not here. So I would like to recognize all of the parents who have had their youngest child as a senior this year. Jeff and Kelly Gerlach, Keith and Dina Hoxmeyer, Darren and Kristen Heimbuck, Mark and Kathy Mueller, Charlie and Jenny Peters, Terry and Luann Seardine, Gary and Julie Seardine. Thank you for all the sacrifices you have made over these years. Marquette greatly appreciates your dedication and commitment to the success of our athletes and programs. As we conclude, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's activities awards ceremony. Marquette had a great year, and we look forward to an even better one next year. Thank you again. We will see you all next year in person. And as always, go Big Red.